Alright everybody, Josh here, WarGamingNewb Historical, back with another hobby vlog Saturday. This time around we're doing something completely different. James and I had so much fun playing the Flames of War Stalingrad sets, ×2, and we decided that we wanted to further get into mid-war for Flames of War. I ended up getting this Iron Cross book for myself and the Enemy at the Gates book for James, and we're going to build up from Stalingrad and do some East Front Flames of War. Now, we don't have a lot of models purchased for mid-war at this point, just the models that we got from the two Stalingrad sets that we purchased. But you know, we're basically going to do a slow grow campaign where we add things at a certain pace. So obviously, starting small will give us the opportunity to grow our mid-war armies, my mid-war Germans, his mid-war Russians, Soviets, into something more of a grander scale. Although I'm not quite sure how large we're going to go, since our space for playing is limited. Currently, we only have 4x4 mats, but at a 15mm scale, that should be more than enough to field a decent sized army on each side. In any case, I wanted to kind of go through my thoughts on how I'm going to build my my army for mid-war, and then kind of go from there. All right, so really what I'm doing is taking the models that were in the Stalingrad set and kind of building up from there. As a refresher, I have 2 Panzer IVs and 2 Panzer IIIs. And, you know, based on the formation that I want to do at this time, I wanted to go with the Panzer III Tank Company, because really all I would need is a HQ, Panzer III platoon, or either another Panzer III platoon or a Panzer IV tank platoon. And based on the models that I have, I'm going to go with the company with 1 tank, and then 3 Panzer IIIs, and then I'm going to go with the Panzer IV company, because again, like I said, I have 2 Panzer IV tanks from the Stalingrad sets that we bought. So that brings me up to, based on how I'm building them, almost 50 points. I think I'm around 45, 46 points. I'll have to double check that. And then I'm going to show you what my rationale is, and then we'll go from there. So initially, I wanted to go with the up-armored tank company HQ, but based on the point costs or the point total that James and I want to do, it just wouldn't work, especially if I were to do another, like a up-armored Panzer III tank platoon. So I ended up going with the regular Panzer III Tank Company HQ, 1 model at this time, and then replace the short barrel or short 5cm cannon with the long 5cm cannon for 2 points. So that brings me up to 7 points. Now I went with the Panzer III tank platoon, minimum size, the 3 for 15 points, and then I upgraded everything, all the short 5cm to the long 5cm, which brought me up to 21 points for that. So, and then finally, to round it off, I have to actually go back because the stats for the Panzer IV tank platoon is in the Panzer IV section. I went with 2 Panzer IVs at 12 points. So I took the 2 Panzer IV 7.5 short at 12 points, and then upgraded them to the long for another 8 points, and that brings me to a total of 48 points. James and I have agreed to a point total of 50 points. And hopefully he'll do a video about what he built in terms of what he's going to face against, or what I'm going to face against once we do our first mission of the campaign. But yeah, that's what I did. So just to recap, I went with the Panzer III Tank Company. I went with a standard Panzer III Tank Company HQ, 5 points for 1 plus 2 for the upgrade to the long 5cm. Then I did a Panzer III tank platoon, 3 of them, so min 15 points. And then I upgraded each of their barrels to the long 5cm. And then finally, to round out the formation, I did 2 Panzer IVs, the short 7.5cm to the long 7.5cm, bringing me to 48 points. So that is my tank build. I'm just going to show off the models There's nothing special about them. They're just primed gray at this point. I have not done anything to paint anything else other than a few small details. And then, yeah, we'll go with that. All right, I wish I had a better view than this top view, but, you know, it gets all of these tanks into frame here. So here's my tank company HQ, obviously with the commander, so that denotes that it's the HQ. And then I have 3 standard panzers. This panzer actually, Panzer 3. I have 3 standard Panzer 3s. So this one came in the Stalingrad set. Actually, both of these right here came from the Stalingrad set. But these 2 right here, I 3D printed. I don't know what your opinion is on 3D printing models for the game, but it certainly has allowed me to not have to buy another Stalingrad set or try to hunt down more Battlefront miniatures. It does in a pinch, and they're actually, let me bring a couple of these out here, and then I'll move it closer. So it's pretty darn close. I mean, other than the stowage here and maybe the turret being a little bit wider, it's pretty darn close. So on the tabletop, you're not going to notice much of a difference between a Battlefront miniature right here and a 3D printed miniature right here. But in any case, the 3D printing has allowed me to build up my force, and then you know, we can kind of go from there. I feel that the 3D printing has given James and I the ability to ramp up our forces quickly. Whether or not we can pay them all in a quick fashion, I don't know, but you know, it helps, especially since most of the stuff that we've actually purchased were for late war. This gives us a chance to build up our mid-war forces. So I'm moving on. All right, so lastly, here is my Panzer IV tank platoon. These models are both from the Stalingrad starter sets, so these are Battlefront. I do have a commander peeking out at a couple of there, but you know, for our purposes, these are just 2 standard Panzer IVs that will be part of the Panzer III Tank Company formation. So, yep. You know, since we're still pretty new to Flames of War, we felt that playing just tanks and kind of learning the mechanics of the game through that will make it easier for us to ramp up once we start incorporating infantry. Obviously, this also gives us the chance to buy some time so that we can purchase the appropriate infantry for this stage of the war. But I think it's pretty cool that James and I are starting off with mid-war. We really enjoyed the Stalingrad battle report that we did, and I think that's kind of a part of the war that will quickly become one of our favorites. Again, I got Iron Cross, and James has Enemy at the Gates, so that gives us a number of scenarios to string along a campaign for the Eastern Front, or the Ostfront, as the Germans would say. But yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please click like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell button so that you can get information or notified of when we put these videos out. We will be doing a battle report, and we'll be posting that this afternoon. And hopefully this is something that you guys will be interested in. Like, we're enjoying Flames of War. This gives us a little bit more flavor in how we're planning it out. And yeah, all right, that's it. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned for more Hobby Vlogs Saturday with WarGamingNewb Historical.